So lacrosse started here in Denmark back in 2003, and Denmark was one of the up-and-coming European teams at the World Championship in 2006.
Close, hold the sticks properly, hands on the butt end, let's go, hands on the butt end, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good, let's go, let's go. Good, let's go. Good, excellent, here we go.
The Danes also started the game in Norway, so they had a lot of respect in the region. There are quite a few clubs, but after the 2010 World Games, you found that we lost a lot of senior players.
Out hard to the cones, full speed to the cones, and we can start either running with the guy, or we can open up and move across with him. Go get some water, jog it slowly over.
Jog, boys. No walking.
A little bit on the sport. It's an American Indian sport, or Iroquois Nation, and the teams over there, it was part of their culture, it was part of their religion. So if you're an Iroquois national, you used to play to celebrate someone's life if someone was sick, or settle disagreements between the different people. And the sport that we represent has got a long spiritual history to it. So what we're trying to do here in Denmark is honour that game, honour that heritage, just by playing the game in the right spirit. That means being strong, being physical, committing to playing the game properly.
kører på 80% scoring-procent.
Jeg kører den på 40 lige nu.
Ja, jeg kører 100. Vi skal bare stoppe med det pis med de der dårlige afleveringer, så reset i stedet for.
Ja, ligesom det vi gjorde sidst.
Ja, lige præcis. Kom op bag.
Ja. Det er bare så nederen, man sætter sig op, så nu skal man fucking bare dodge og passe, og så bare... Nej.
Vi puttede altså 80% ind der. Det har været bare godt. Det tog sin tid. Kom der til.
So in Denmark now we've got 3 teams from 3 different cities. We have Copenhagen and Odense and the boys at Aarhus.
Ready? Ready. Okay.
So every month they come together in one of the cities and we put together a 3-day program starting on the Friday night. We've got a strength and conditioning trainer who normally comes in on Fridays and teaches the guys on how we're lifting weights and what kind of weights to focus on. And then on the Saturday and Sunday we're doing a lot of work out on the field. The stage that we're at the moment is a learning process, so there's a lot of work on the fundamental stick skills on the players, what their roles are when they're out there on the field, and then we just try and build that up step by step until we get to the end of practice where we're working more on the team-based stuff and how we'd like to play the game. also building up as we're trying to build up the coaches. So for each of the clubs, there's maybe 1 or 2 players who have had experience before, and they're usually the club leaders, and they're out there coaching, but they also want to be coached themselves. So we try and coach them how to be coaches, and then they take that forward with their programs locally. When we're working with the boys, we're talking a lot about being amateur athletes. You know, we don't have the privilege of being a sport which has any kind of form of money, and not very recognised sport in Denmark. But that doesn't stop us from trying to do our very best. So on their own, the guys are expected to do their strength and conditioning training. They've got a 4-day weekly program where they're lifting and running on their own. Then they've also got to do their technical training as well, so that involves getting out and throwing the ball against the wall, which is the easiest way to become a better player and more highly skilled. Because the guys haven't grown up playing the sport, we have to get them to have a lot of repetitions to get comfortable with the stick, so that everything just becomes natural out there on the field.
Det er den her linje. Så kan jeg stå et eller andet sted på den linje. Så handler det om, at jeg skal stå på linjen mellem ham her og målet.
Then they have the monthly practices with the national team, and then they're also training with each other in their clubs. So the clubs are also doing a weekly program as well. So our goal is that by the time we get to the European Championships, that when they're out there playing, they're not worrying about how to play the game technically, they're just doing what they're supposed to do.
Soft hands!
So with the team at the moment, what we're trying to do is we're trying to rebuild what used to be. We've got a lot of young guys who've never played that much lacrosse before, and what we're doing is we're trying to give them a good solid grounding in the game and use the European Championships to build the team for 2018 when we go to Manchester. There's a lot of lacrosse that the boys are doing at the moment, and that's tough when you're a student or you have a job or you've got a wife or a kid. One of the guys has just become a dad, and he had 2 hours sleep last night and he's still down here in training.